Within the galaxy, there are many natural formed phenomena, but they are including some artificial made phenomena. Among those are the Krelian star system, which is artificially made by the mysterious race known as the Celestials. But there is one artificial phenomenon that is near the edge of the galaxy, which is known as circumferential hyperspace barrier, but also known as galactic barrier. This is a barrier that surrounds the galaxy and also prevents any hyperspace travels outside the galaxy. The existence of the circumferential hyperspace barrier, or known as the galactic barrier, has been known throughout the galaxy, including within the Jedi Order. Within the Jedi Order, there was a project known as Outbound Flight that was going to send a fleet of a ship traveling outside the galaxy to another galaxy and hope to meet other extragalactic species. But the Jedi Order knew that traveling through the circumferential hyperspace barrier would be tricky, since it prevents hyperspace travel. But the Jedi Order believed by using 6 Jedi Masters and 12 Jedi Knights by using the Force so they could be able to penetrate the barrier and travel to other galaxies. But, but unfortunately, the outbound flight was destroyed by secret orders from Supreme Chancellor Palpatine. The reason why that was happened because he had been informed by this so-called mysterious far outlanders, which was another name for Yuzong Vong. But it is unknown if they, by use of combined of the force of 6 Jedi Masters and 12 Jedi Knights would be enough for the outbound flight to penetrate the galactic barrier in order to travel to distant galaxies. It is unknown if any of that would be enough. Even though traveling through this circumferential hyperspace barrier could be tricky, almost impossible, by using hyperspace. But using Wong, when they came to their galaxy, they found an area which they called Vector Prime, which was allowed them to enter the galaxy. And this was near the border of the wild space. Within the galaxy's community, there are many theories on how this circumferential hyperspace barrier could have been a natural phenomenon or it was artificially made by someone. But there is one doctor by the name Insmont Bowen speculated that the Celestials were responsible for this disturbance. He believed that they made the barrier to protect themselves against another invasion or prevent of return of beings they had exiled from the galaxy. But even though this wasn't even made any conclusive evidence if the Celestials were behind this barrier in the first place. But there is a possibility that the Celestials could have been the ones responsible for this circumferential hyperspace barrier, or also known as the Galactic Barrier. Knowing that the Celestials were the most advanced civilizations around 100,000 BBY, which somehow this mysteriously vanished around 30,000 BBY. So this when Dr. Ismut Bowen's speculation that the Celestials could have been the one responsible for making this barrier surrounding the galaxy is a good chance that they could have been the one that's making it. Knowing how advanced they were at the height of the peak of their civilization. And they had made so many incredible inventions like the Central Port Station and many others that still works after several hundred, nearly 100,000 years after their creations. So there is a strong possibility that Dr. Bowen was actually on the right mind, that the barrier was made by the Celestials. Even there were only speculations, even there are no records that could prove the Celestials are the one responsible for making this disturbance or this barrier, and also even if they were the ones who made this barrier, and for what reason did they made it? Well, it is possible they made this barrier in order to protect themselves from an extragalactic invasion from other species. But they were not probably not or the reason not preventing from the Yuzong Vong from invading galaxy. But they were probably the responsible for making this barrier, but in order perhaps in order themselves for protect themselves from an unknown possible future invasion from another galaxy. In my mind, the the Celestials are responsible for making this circumferential hyperspace barrier, or aka the galactic barrier. And this is all we know about this barrier in from Star Wars Legends.